All right, welcome back, Simply Well Society. This is Emma. I'm here to guide you through a challenging class, not challenging in flexibility-wise. It's something anyone could do, but this is more of a workout. Not all yoga classes are meant to be a workout and getting your heart rate up. It's more of a practice, a breathing practice. I try to mention this in my classes, but this class, of course, we'll focus on our breathing. That's always the priority, but it will be challenging. Hopefully you get your heart rate up and feel nice and strong afterwards. So workout in that sense, but also a work in, I suppose. Let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose. Come to the back of your mat with your big toes touching and your knees out nice and wide. Stretch your arms forward and rest your forehead on the mat. Allow your forearms to melt into the mat. Feel some space between the shoulder blades. If you prefer, you could put a block or a bolster underneath you if that feels better. As you rest here in child's pose, start to let anything that has or has not happened today kind of fade away. Allow your mat to absorb any sort of stress or tension that you might be feeling. Almost imagine the mat kind of taking that burden away from you. Maybe think about something you want to cultivate while you move on your mat today. Maybe it's a feeling of strength or endurance, a feeling of empowerment or confidence. Bring that to the forefront of your mind, and you can come back to that at any point as we start to move and breathe. Take a deep breath in. Almost feel like you're filling up the back of your body, the back of the lungs and the ribs. As you exhale, feel your spine lengthen and your tailbone go back. One more just like that. Big inhale. And exhale. Lift your forehead up and slide into a tabletop. Bring your knees in under your hips and let's start to warm up the spine. Inhale, arch your back. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, cow pose, draw the shoulder blades together and look up. Exhale, lengthen your arms and look for your belly button. Inhale, arch, look up. And exhale, round. 2 more just like that. Last one. And then we're going to add something into our cat-cow. So as you inhale, just normal cow pose, arch your back, look up. As you exhale, I want you to tuck your toes, round your back, and pick your knees up off the mat. So you'll really feel your lower back or lower abdomen engage. And then drop your knees. You can keep your toes tucked or bring them untucked and arch your back, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, float your knees off the mat. Inhale, drop your knees, arch your back and look up. Exhale, round, pick your knees up. One more. Inhale, arch, flip your tailbone, gaze up. And exhale, round, pick your knees up and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees down and untuck your toes. Walk your hands forward for puppy pose. Forehead down or chin to the mat if you have the space. Feel some length through your arms. You even feel like the armpits are hollowing out. Press the tops of your ankles down and draw your lower abdominals up and in for 3, 2, and 1. Slide forward onto your stomach. And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands out so you can tent the palms. Palms are up. I like to kind of point all 4 fingers out and thumbs in a little bit. So if that feels good, go for it. Your elbows are going to point up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, I want you to lift your chest, kind of like a wave, as high as you can. Just use the pads of the fingers to press down. And exhale like a wave, right back down, forehead to the mat. Inhale like a wave, come up. And exhale, bring it right back down. A few more, inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. This time, inhale up. And then drop your right shoulder towards the center of the mat as you look over your left elbow. Feel a nice stretch through the front of the right shoulder. And then inhale back up. Drop your left shoulder towards the center of your mat and look up over your right elbow. Inhale back through center. And exhale, bring it down. Let's go ahead and extend the arms forward, palms face down. On your next inhale, lift your right arm and your left leg. Press the top of your right ankle down. Feel some length through your left toes all the way through your right fingertips. Lower that down, then lift your left arm and your right leg up. Feel your lower back engage. Squeeze your left leg. Feel the kneecap lift up. And lower that down. Now we're going to move a little quicker. On your inhale, lift right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Left arm, right leg, lower. Then pick it up, so going at a nice swimming pace. Nothing's touching the mat, you're just moving everything up and down like you're swimming. Pull your belly button up and in, look at the top of your mat, and breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders and roll up to a cobra pose. Look over your right shoulder, kind of melt your left hip down. And then back through center, look over your left shoulder, melt your right hip down. Come back through center and let's go back child's pose just for a moment. Feel your spine reset, should feel good on that lower back. And then let's bring it up to a tabletop position. From here, keep your left hand where it is. Take your right hand behind your ear. So the right elbow is out to the right. On your inhale, extend your right elbow up towards the sky as you twist your torso. Exhale, tap your right elbow towards your left thumb. Inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, elbow to the thumb. Inhale, right elbow up. Exhale, tap to the thumb. Last time, inhale, right elbow up. Exhale, tap to the thumb. And then thread your right arm through, palm face up. Bring your shoulder and ear all the way down. Left hand will walk forward and breathe here. Press the tops of your ankles down and lengthen through the left side body. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Walk your left hand back beside your face. Press down and inhale, unwind. And bring your right hand down to the mat. Left hand behind your ear. On your inhale, extend your left elbow up to the sky as you twist your torso to the left. Exhale, tap your left elbow towards your right thumb. Inhale, left elbow up, turn your chest. Exhale, tap, squeeze your core as you twist. Inhale, elbow up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, elbow up. Exhale, tap. Hold and extend your left arm through, palm face up. Shoulder and ear down, right hand will walk forward. Should feel pretty nice. Gentle twist through the upper back, breathing into the back of the left shoulder. We'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. Walk your right hand back beside your face and press. Inhale, unwind, and take that left hand back down. From here, tuck your toes. Let's go to that floating tabletop, but this time keep a neutral spine. Squeeze an imaginary yoga block between your knees. And then keeping your knees bent, lift your hips up and back for bear pose. Press your belly into your thighs. Lift your tailbone and your hips up nice and high. Straighten your right leg, drive your heel down. And switch, bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, heel down. And then pedal out your legs for a few moments here. Maybe shaking out your head also.
Spread your fingers out nice and wide and press your inner palms down. Now your heels don't need to touch the mat, but feel a nice big stretch through the back of the body. You can always put a little bend in the knees. Let's go ahead and lift the heels up. Squeeze the calves, squeeze the thigh muscles. Take as many little baby steps as you can to get your feet to the top of the mat. It should be challenging the closer you get there. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Put a little bend into your knees and reach your arms forward. Imagine you're holding that yoga block down between your hands, creating a nice L shape with your body. Plug the shoulders back into the sockets. Look down at the top of your mat so your neck is neutral, and squeeze your lower abdominals. Stay here and breathe. It should be challenging for 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. One more time, lift up halfway and reach your arms forward. Feel your tailbone go back, the crown of the head goes forward. Nice L shape here. You can always put a little bend into the knees to avoid them from locking out. Feel a stretch through the back of the legs and strengthen through the front, through the lower back and the trunk. And exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach both arms up. And bring your hands to your heart center and down by your side. So we're standing near the top of the mat, big toes touching. Squeeze your legs together. Feel a little lift through the crown of your head and your sternum. On your inhale, reach your arms up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back and drop your knee. Inhale, reach both arms up, low lunge. On your exhale, put both hands down. Tuck your left toes and sweep your right leg up behind you for 3-leg down dog. On your next exhale, crunch your right knee into your nose. Inhale, extend your right leg back behind you, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, crunch to the left elbow. Inhale, extend your right leg back behind you. Exhale, crunch to your right elbow. Inhale, extend your right leg back behind you. And exhale, crunch knee to nose, and then lower your right shin to the mat like you would in a tabletop. Pick your left leg up off the mat, foot flexed, and reach your right arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, crunch your elbow into your knee. Inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. And exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. This is your last one. Right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, reach. Bend your left knee, sweep your right arm back. Stay here or grab your foot and kick a little bit to the left. This is tiger pose. Feel your left shoulder come back and your sternum go forward for 3, 2, gently release. Right hand down, left toes to the mat. Spin your right shin behind you and open up modified side plank. Left arm goes up, it's your right hand that's down. Sweep your left arm overhead. Maybe even lean back a little bit. Feel a nice back bend here for 3, 2, and 1. Really press down through your right hand and your left foot. Start to pick your right knee up off the mat and kick it out, fallen triangle. You can always kick it out once and then twice. The left arm can keep reaching forward towards the front of the mat, or if that doesn't feel good, you can reach it straight up for 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down. Let's go ahead and step back to downward facing dog. Send your hips to the sky, and on your inhale, roll yourself forward to a plank position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, squeeze your lower abs. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, first one. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Squeeze your thighs and plug your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Squeeze your lower abdominals to get there. Relax the back of your neck and squeeze your legs. Feel your tailbone flip up. Lengthen through your arms. Lift your heels, squeeze your calf muscles, and tippy-toe your feet towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Release your arms down by your side. And we'll inhale, reach both arms up, lean back a little. Exhale, forward fold, finish your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, put your hands down, step your right foot back and drop your knee. Inhale, low lunge, lean back a little bit, lengthen through your waist. Exhale, put both hands down and tuck your right toes. Extend your left leg up behind you for 3-leg down dog. And on your next exhale, crunch your left knee into your nose. Inhale, left leg back behind you. Exhale, crunch to your right elbow. Inhale, left leg long behind you. Exhale to the left elbow. Inhale, extend it back. Crunch your left knee into your nose and then lower your shin down like you would in a tabletop. Extend your right leg back, lift up from your heel, and then reach your left arm forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, right leg back, left arm forward. Exhale, crunch. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bend your right knee and sweep your left arm back. Stay here or grab the foot. Grabbing the foot is never mandatory. Kick back and a little to the right. Feel a nice stretch through the front of your right leg, through the left arm, and through the chest. Gently release. Left hand and right toes to the mat. Spin your left shin behind you and open up to your right, modified side plank. Right arm up or extend it overhead. Maybe lean back a little bit. Feel a nice lengthen through the entire right side. And then pressing down through your right foot and left hand, start to pick your left knee up and kick it out 1 or 2 times for fallen triangle. Right arm can still reach forward. That's a lot of stretch, or just reach it up. That's great too for 3, 2, and 1. Put your right hand down and step back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, roll yourself forward to a plank. On your exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Exhale, take a step up between your thumbs. On your inhale, open up to a warrior 2. Line your right heel up with your left arch. On your inhale, flip both palms up, straighten your legs and press your palms together overhead. Look up. On your exhale, bend your right knee and look over your right fingertips. On your inhale, flip your palms, straight legs, look up. On your exhale, palms down, look over right fingers. 2 more. Inhale, straighten, look up. Exhale, bend, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten, look up. Exhale, bend, warrior 2. This time, keep your right knee bent and reverse warrior. Reach your right arm up and back. And exhale, grab a side angle. Put very minimal pressure in your right elbow or your hand. Reach your left arm up or extending. Now, if your right elbow's on your right thigh, I want you to float it and extend your right arm forward, palm face up. If your hand is on the mat, you can do the same thing or just float your fingertips and move your hand a little bit away from your thigh. This way, you'll really have to squeeze your obliques and your lower abs, pull your belly button back, and look up for 3, 2, bring your elbow back to your thigh. Take it all the way up and around to the back for Skandasana. Sink into your left hip. You can always bring hands to the mat and or lift your left heel. I like hands to heart center and flexing your right toes. This should feel pretty nice on that right leg right about now. Breathe. Really drive down through your left heel. You're going to spring yourself back to your warrior 2 to the front of the mat.
look over your right fingers, and then we're going back and forth between these a few times. So from Warrior 2 to Skandasana at the back of the mat, use your left leg to spring forward, Warrior 2. Look over right fingers. Skandasana at the back, and Warrior 2. One more time, Skandasana at the back, and Warrior 2. Let's go ahead, bring the left hand to the left hip. Look in front of your mat. Right hand mat or block for half moon pose. Bring your left hand to your left hip or reach it up. Flex your left foot a lot. Pull your belly button back and knit your ribs in. Take an inhale. On your exhale, we're going Shiva squat with the hands to the heart. Take your left knee to your right calf. On your inhale, Warrior 3, extend both legs, stamp your left heel back. On your exhale, Shiva squat, bend your knees. Inhale, Warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, Warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Last time, inhale, Warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Bring your hands down to the mat. Take a big step back with your left foot and drop your knee. Straighten into your right leg for half splits. This should feel pretty nice. Feel your right leg drag back towards you. Breathe here. Of course, your leg doesn't need to be straight. We'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. Rebend your right knee. Bump your hands a little forward and step your left foot up to meet your right. Bend your knees for Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach both arms up. If feet together doesn't feel good, separate them. Take an inhale. On your exhale, sweep your arms back, palms face down. Now, I like to take wide circles out to the sides with the arms, but if you don't have space, you can just sweep forward and backward. We're going to stay nice and low in our chair pose. On your inhale, reach your arms forward, biceps by the ears. On your exhale, sweep your arms back. Maybe even try to get the hands close to each other. Inhale, sweep your arms forward. And exhale, sweep your arms back. Keep your gaze down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bind your hands behind your back and rise up to a standing back bend. Weight to your heels. Knuckles towards your heels. Lift your chest up, chin up. And then keep your bind as you forward fold. Crawl your ribs down your thighs and melt your forehead towards your shins. You can always bend the knees. It should feel pretty nice. Release your hands to the mat. On your inhale, lift up halfway. On your exhale, palm the mat. Step or jump your feet back. Vinyasa. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's do that all on the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, take a step up between your thumbs. Spin your right heel down and open up, Warrior 2. Adjust your feet as needed and bend deeply into your left knee. Flip both palms to face up. On your inhale, straighten your legs, press your palms together overhead and look up. Exhale, palms down, bend your left knee and gaze over left fingers. Straight legs, palms together, look up. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, 2. Last time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, Warrior 2. This time, keep your left knee bent and reverse Warrior, reach up and back. And exhale, side angle. Start with your elbow on your thigh or hand to the mat. Right arm up or extending. Now you're going to either float your fingers off the mat and your arm away from your leg, or lift your left elbow off your left thigh and extend it forward like you're holding a tray. Instead of turning your torso forward, try to spiral your chest up. Squeeze your legs. You've got it. Think one long line from the outside edge of your right foot through your right pinky finger for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your elbow back to your thigh. Let's go Skandasana to the back of the mat. This should feel pretty nice. Flex your toes, hands heart, or hands to the mat. Sink into your right hip. Breathe and enjoy for 3. 2. And 1. Really drive down through your right heel. Press yourself up to a warrior 2 facing the front. So you really have to use the strength of your right glute and right leg. Back to Skandasana at the back of your mat. You can use your hands as an assist. Warrior 2, spring forward. Back to Skandasana and warrior 2. 1 more time, Skandasana, back of the mat. And last time with this transition, warrior 2. Bring your right hand to your right hip, look in front of your mat. Your left hand will go forward, mat or block, right leg lift. Hips open, chest open, maybe right arm up. Flex your right foot and feel stable through your left leg. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, we're going Shiva squat with the hands to the mat, or hands to heart. Press your thumbs into your sternum. On your inhale, warrior 3, straighten your legs. Exhale, Shiva squat, bend your knees. Inhale, legs straighten, warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. Last time, inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat, and put your hands down on the mat. Take a big step back with your right foot and drop your right knee. Straighten into your left leg for half split and breathe. Getting some nice active recovery here. Feel your left leg pull back towards the hip. Allow your breath to return to a more natural state. One more breath. Start to rebend your left knee. Bump your hands forward and step your right foot to meet your left. Bend your knees for Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach your arms up. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back, palms face down. And then same thing, if you want to just sweep forwards and backwards, that's great. I like arms out wide. I feel like I can get a little bit more into the lats. On your inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Think of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, arms back. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bind your hands behind your back. Straight legs up to standing and lean back. Firm your glutes, hip points forward. Take an inhale, really lean back into it. And exhale, bend your knees, take it down, fold. Release your hands to the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, put your hands down, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet at the back of your mat. Take your peace sign fingers and grab your big toes. Use your thumbs to press into the front of your big toe. Bend your knees if you need. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Think elbows a little out and back. Squeeze your leg muscles. Feel a sink through the crown of the head. Breathe here into the upper back. Squeeze your lower abs. Lift your tailbone for 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Slide your hands under your feet or grab your ankles from the front. If you're going hands under, try to get toes to your wrist crease. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Elbows out nice and wide. Tip your weight forward. Feel some space between the shoulders and draw your lower abs in for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, release that. Bring your hands to your waist and flat back, rise all the way up to standing.
So you're at the back of your mat standing. All right, from here, I want you to bring the weight into your left leg and keep your left hand on your left hip. Now, option one, the easier option, is to bend your right knee and bring your foot in front of you. Take your peace sign fingers and grab your right big toes with your knee bent and then work to extend it. Maybe you don't even extend it today, and that's okay. You could always grab your knee instead. Now, the harder option is with your right leg nice and straight to lift your leg forward and then reach your right hand forward, grab your big toe. Maybe you give that a try a few times. If it's not possible, that's no problem. It's pretty hard, so you can go ahead and bend your knee, grab your big toe from the inside. Otherwise, grab your right knee. So wherever you are, I want you to be grabbing your big toe or your knee. If you've got the big toe, extend your leg. Now, if your leg won't extend, switch to the knee. Plug the right shoulder back, and then think of lifting your right leg up as high as you can. Drive your left heel down and just hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Release the grip on your foot. Now, if your leg's not extended, extend it now. Reach your arms up, point your toes, and lean your torso forward for 3, 2, 1. Standing split. Dive your hands all the way down. Sweep your right leg up behind you. Fold over your left leg. Keep your right leg up and walk your hands forward to 3-leg down dog. Bend your right knee and stack your hips open. Stay here or shift your shoulders forward over your wrists and spin your left heel down for wild thing. Hips to the sky, big reach through the right arm. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand down, step into a downward facing dog. Roll yourself forward to a plank position. We're not going to do a chaturanga. We're going to inhale, shift forward, lower halfway, and hold. Drop the knees if you need. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Press back up, high plank, downward facing dog. Once you're back in a downward facing dog, walk your hands back to your feet. Bring your hands to your waist, and inhale, flat back, rise to stand. Now, your left leg is the one that's lifting this time. You really need to squeeze your lower abdominals. This is a very hard pose. As you go here, you might notice you're compromising into your standing leg and bending it. If that happens, don't even worry. Just grab the knee and start there. It's all about building the foundation of these challenging poses and then eventually maybe taking the next step. This one combines a lot of strength, balance, and flexibility, so it's very challenging. Bring your right hand to your waist, and then you will either lift your left leg forward and grab your big toes, or pick the left knee up in front of you, grab the knee or the big toes from the inside. If you feel like the knee is a little too easy for you, try the big toes from the inside and hold there. Try a nice proud chest. Stamp your right heel down, and when you're ready, extend your left leg forward or lift your left leg up from the ground and grab your big toes. Notice your left shoulder wants to go forward, so try to plug it back. If your leg's not straight, don't worry about it. Go ahead and switch. Grab the knee and hold here for 3, 2. We're all going to reach the arms up on 1. Straighten your left leg if it's not already and point your toes. Really drive through your right heel. Relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Dive yourself down, standing splits, hands to the mat. Kicking your left leg up nice and high as you fold. And walk your hands forward. 3-leg down dog. Bend your left knee and stack your hips. Stay here or shift forward. Roll to the outside of your right foot and step yourself behind for wild thing. Hips to the sky for 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down, flip it back over, down dog. Roll yourself forward to a high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Lower halfway and hold for 5. Remember, you can always drop your knees here. 4, still challenging. 3, 2, 1. Press yourself back up to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and exhale. All right, let's go ahead and inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Drop your right knee towards your right wrist, and then bring your right knee over towards your left wrist. Pick your right knee up to your left elbow, and then bring it over to your right elbow. Draw a square, drop it down, to the left, up, to the right. One more square, down, to the left, up, to the right, down, and set your right knee down, pigeon pose. Left leg will walk long behind you. You can feel free to adjust this right leg forward if you'd like. Now, as long as you don't feel any pain in your knee joint, try this nice active pigeon pose. We're not going to be here for too long. We will go forward into our sleeping pigeon, but try to float your hands up off the mat. See that you kind of need to press through the top of your left leg, the top of your left foot, and through the outside of your right shin. Again, if this hurts your knee joint in any way, take it down sleeping pigeon or any other comfortable pigeon variation. Otherwise, just see how this changes the posture. You don't get as much stretch, but you get a little bit more strengthening. When you're ready, go ahead and walk yourself down to your sleeping pigeon pose. Forearms or stack the palms. Again, if you prefer a different variation of pigeon, you can always do that as well. Let's go one more big breath here. And slowly walk your hands back towards you. Spread your fingers out and tuck your left toes. Press yourself back to downward facing dog. Let's go ahead from our down dog and lift the left leg up. Crunch your left knee to your left elbow. And then lower your left knee towards your left wrist. Bring your left knee to your right wrist, and then bring it up to your right elbow. Bring it back to the left elbow and lower to the wrist, over to the right, and bring it up. Over to the left, one more. Drop it down, to the right, bring it up, to the left, drop it down, and release it to the mat. Adjust your left foot or left shin as needed. Keep your right leg extended behind you. Now, remember, side two can always feel different, so if you feel pain on this side, take it down to some other variation of pigeon. Otherwise, play around with pressing into the top of your right leg, your right foot, and the outside of your left shin. See if you can float your hands off the mat for active pigeon pose. You'll probably want to squeeze your right glute a little bit. You'll feel like your hips are lifting a little bit off the mat. That's okay. Stay here and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Walk it forward, sleeping pigeon or any other comfortable pigeon pose for you. Relax and enjoy. Let's say one more big breath here. And gradually start to walk your hands back towards you. Tuck your right toes, step back, downward facing dog. Let's drop the knees. Actually, let's drop the knees. Come into a seat, but I want you to take a wide-legged seat. So facing one long edge of your mat, or if you prefer to face forward and extend your legs off your mat, that's cool too. Wide-legged seat. Now we've got one more challenging thing that's very, very hard, but I can assure you that after this, we will rest. All right, so with your legs extended, I recommend, so this is my comfy position, I recommend you bring your feet in a little bit from this. So it's just a little bit shorter, a little bit less of an angle in your wide leg seat. Now bring both hands outside of your right thigh. So one hand on each side of your right thigh. Point your toes, and I want you to see if you can lift your right leg up off the mat and lower it down. Then we're gonna take the hands and frame the left thigh. Point your toes again and see if you can lift your left leg up off the mat. It's very challenging. It's a lot on the hip flexors, the quadriceps. So we're just gonna go side to side, pressing down. It helps a bit to lean back. It's a little bit of a cheat, but you might find it easier to learn that way. Let's bring the hands to the left leg lift, and lower. Hands to right leg lift, and lower. Hands to left leg, lift, and lower. Right leg, lift, lower. Left leg, lift, lower. Two more on each side. Right leg, lift, lower. Left leg, lift, lower. Last time, right leg, lift, lower. Left leg, lift, lower, and release. Now you can bring your legs out wider to more of that comfortable position for you. Keep your feet flexed and walk your hands forward as far as you feel comfortable. Try to avoid rounding your spine. If you notice that happens, walk back a little bit, stay here and breathe. Same thing if you start to see the toes fall in, just walk your hands back a little bit and slightly come out of the pose. Breathe into your inner thighs. We'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. Lift your torso up. Sweep your left leg to meet your right, or whichever way you're facing. We're gonna face the front of the mat. Extend your legs forward, reach your arms forward, and slow as you can, flex your feet, lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time. So nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Eventually, shoulders, head come down. Now bend your knees. We're gonna grab a bridge pose or a few. Heels drive down, arms by your side. This is a nice stretch for your hip flexors, which we just worked in that seated wide leg exercise. Let's go ahead and send the hips to the sky. Firm your glutes. Drive your heels through the earth. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Now lower your hips down and extend your arms over your head, palms face up. So the arms are on the mat. Now as you inhale, lift your hips. I want you to bring your arms down by your sides, palms face down. As you lower your hips, stretch your arms back up overhead. So it's a dynamic movement. As you lift your hips, arms come down by your side. As you lower your hips, arms stretch overhead. Let's do 5. Hips up, arms down. Arms extend, hips lower. That's 1. We have 4. Link your movement with your breath. 3. Last 2. Last 1. And lower. Go ahead and lift your legs up. Waterfall stretch. Hands can support your thighs if they're feeling a little bit fatigued. You can always put a block underneath your tailbone if you prefer. If you'd like to take shoulder stand, you can bring your hands to your lower back. However, if you do have a bit of a cold, kind of like I do, I wouldn't recommend going upside down too much. Or if you have a neck injury or pain, shoulder stand might not be best for you today. In which case, we'll just stay legs up the wall. Waterfall is great. Now with your legs extended, if you're in shoulder stand, I'll have you bring your hips back down. Our last little bit, I know I said the seated thing was the last hard thing. This, I promise, is the last hard thing before we rest. Reach your fingers up towards your toes. We're going to try to reach the fingers to the toes, peel the shoulder blades up off the mat, and lower your head and shoulders back down. Fingers to toes, lift and lower. Lift up, lower, squeeze your lower abs, lift, lower. Let's go 15. Count on your own. I'll let you know when we get to 10. Here we're at 10. Keep going. You've got it. Last 5. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower head and shoulders down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit right and left. Keep your right leg in. Extend your left leg all the way. And then take your right knee across your body. Look to the right. Nice, gentle twist. I promise we're done with all the hard stuff. We're going to twist and Shavasana. One more breath. And slowly unwind. Both knees into the chest. Keep your left leg in. Extend your right leg. And twist. Look off to the left. And slowly unwind. Now is time for your final resting. Like I mentioned, if you have a little bit of a stuffy nose like I do, it's winter time here, so you're welcome to grab a seated meditation. I mean, at any time, if you feel uncomfortable on your back, you're always welcome to grab a seat instead. Otherwise, if you're comfortable on your back, lie there, extend your legs, sprawl your arms out, or bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. In your seated position, you can drape your arms on your knees, hands in your lap, or same thing, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Wherever you are, I want you to release any contraction, anything that has or has not happened since you've stepped on your mat. Allow your mat to absorb any sort of that tension or stress. Let's take a big breath in together. And a big exhale, sigh. Take rest, Shavasana. We'll be here for a little while, and I will guide you out. Follow the rhythm of your breath and relax.
Slowly start to bring a little awareness back to your body. Feel the strength or the endurance, the confidence, whatever it is your mantra or your inspiration was when you stepped on your mat. Feel that moving throughout your body, through all of your veins, bringing that strength and life into every little small part of your body. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, or rock your head side to side. When you are ready, take a big full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, lengthen from your fingers to your toes, and then hug your knees into your chest and roll to your right or left side. Feel like you're bottling up this feeling of strength or confidence, whatever it is that you needed to cultivate while on your mat. Think of bottling that up and taking it with you as you step off of your mat and into the rest of your day. We'll meet in a seated position. Roll to your right or left side to get there, and then make your way up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet with the hands at the heart center, honoring our intention of strength and endurance, honoring our physical body and all that it does for us, keeping the physical body nice and healthy, as this is kind of our suit. It carries us through every single day, performs all of the daily necessities so that we can work mentally as well. Take a moment of gratitude for your strong body, your practice, and the strength you feel in your mind. Let's take a big breath in and exhale. Bow your head towards your heart. Om Shanti, Om Peace. Thank you for sharing your energy. Namaste. Nice work, you guys. That was such a challenge. Thanks so much for joining and trying something totally different. A lot of dynamic, more Pilates-inspired moves. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was kind of a lot, but the other class I'm giving you this month is a nice happy hips flow, so that should feel really, really nice to stretch out if you need it tomorrow. Let me know if you like this video in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you.